Sit down. Sit down. Samuel, listen, you got to be smart. You got to move. You understand me? Now listen, keep your hands up. Your right hand is low. He's hitting you with left hooks. Keep your right hand up until you get your set.
We talked about the uppercut of Jameel McCline. He had used it to knock Peter down earlier. There's the overhand right. Well, the overhand right gets him down actually after an uppercut had hurt him earlier. And Sam Peter in big trouble there. And then the second knockdown would come again courtesy of a right hand. That one was the one that started the problem for Peter, and then a left hand in addition to the right. So Jameel McCline, I'll tell you something else we're seeing in his replays, Steve, putting combinations together in this fight.
It's Sam Peter coming overconfident. Jameel McCline so far stealing the spotlight and proving that Sam Peter can be hurt.
Both men had limited time to prepare for each other. They both reached out to good sparring partners. Sherman Williams went into the McCline camp, who approximated Peter, and Peter had Zuri Lawrence, a fighter who beat McCline once before, to be McCline. So they both got about 4 sessions with a good sparring people. Hey, Peter coming on now.
Peter looking for a little turnaround. Early round 4. It was desperation time coming into this fight for Jameel McCline, his last chance, and I'll tell you what, he's making the most of it right here.
4th opportunity at some version of a heavyweight title, and no one can say he's been tentative in this fight because he has thrown some big punches.
Now the pace slows down just a bit after some feverish action. A running left hook by Peter, but it was partially blocked.
And when we look back at round 3 in this fight, if Sam Peter is able to collect himself and somehow win this fight, he will look back at that round, and everyone will, and say that was tremendous fortitude just to get through the round. Jameel McCline landed some major shots.
But to this point, a lot of doubts being raised about Sam Peter. Coming off the 2 victories over James Toney, one controversial, one one-sided, the rematch.
Now the McCline jab has been mostly a pawing effort in this round, not as stiff as it was earlier.
Peter going to the body. The jab by McCline. The right hand getting through the guard, and then a countering left hook grazing the head of McCline.
McCline's doing a brilliant job on the inside, though, of holding Peter. Will Michael Ortega take a point away at some point? Has it been that blatant? It's actually not been, so it's just a good tactical move right now from McCline.
Well, on a night that a lot of people were ready to anoint Sam Peter, the proverbial jury is still out. Can he come back from this?
And so far, that surgically repaired knee of McCline has held up extraordinarily well.
And he came back in about 4 or 5 months when he was supposed to come back in 10 months from that injury.
Dr. Steve Stoller repairing that.
Okay, you got it. Sit down, sit down. Short sounds, sit down. Good work. Just got to pull it together, baby. This is it.
Straight down with the hand.
Hear what I'm saying?
Get him on. Deep thrust, give him deep thrust, baby. Nice and calm.
He forgot that uppercut. He's bending right into it. Little short jab, right hand uppercut. Are you listening to me, sir? Huh? Set him up with the jab. Bop, bop, bop. Right hand uppercut. He's bending right into it.
Well, there's size, there's heads, there's all things to be used on the inside, and there's Jameel McCline kind of moving that head off and banging Sam Peter. Any port in a storm, and of course we heard in McCline's corner, they want that uppercut from him. Matthew Drayton, understanding that's a weapon that can work, and he said, you forgot it in the last round.
A punch that could be tremendously effective against Sam Peter. Leaning in It was supposed to be McCline leading in. Round 5 scheduled for 12 for the WBC Interim Heavyweight Championship. That's gotten very dramatic, a little too dramatic for Sam Peter's taste. Left hook followed by a right hand by Peter. As McCline dancing around. McCline standing right in the pocket. Firing jabs and then hangs on. Pesky jab there by McCline, just keeping it in Peter's face, which is good strategy. He told us in the fighter meeting yesterday that would be a big key to his game plan.
Sam Peter was hoping, of course, to get a big win tonight, go back to Nigeria for a couple of weeks. He's become quite a popular figure back there, but the way this fight is going right now, it could be a sad trip back if he doesn't turn things around.
He wanted to go back to celebrate. He may have to go back to recuperate.
Of course, we're a long way from the end of this fight, but so far, a lot more troubles than he anticipated here.
Down 3 times already in this fight. Sam Peter. Take a look through 4. Press row scoring. What a surprise. This was not thought to be the case coming in. All the time. There's Peter with the jab, sending McCline back. Remember that jab dropped James Toney in his last fight 9 months ago. It was a double jab, and that's a big weapon for Peter.
Another one. When Peter does jab like that, he's very, very effective.
There it is again, just messing with McCline's face. Let's see if he sends it into a combination. Follows up. There's that clubbing right hand behind the head.
Step back. Watch behind the head. Okay?
Michael Ortega once again warning Sam Peter. I believe that's the second time. He's notorious for that, Sam. Just missed with that left hook.
Now, those wild left hooks from Peter also leave him open for countering, but McCline has really slowed his pace.
Well, big punch volume by the big guy at 6'6". And he's trying to just gather himself and get a second win.
Good round for Sam Peter.
And then back comes McCline. Somebody lost a mouthpiece. It looks like McCline, but academic now as the bell sounds. Yeah, it was Jameel.
All right, now listen. Everything is starting to come in line. That's your boxing. But because you're boxing and you're using your jab.
Listen, last warning. Next time you hit behind the head, I'm going to take a point.
In the clinches, don't do it.
Stop punching in the clinch. Don't punch in the clinch. Warn him down. You got to come up with the punch rather than over.
No. All right.
I got it. All right. Now listen. Come on, Sam. Stay smart. Stay smart. You understand?
I said no.
And keep jabbing. Work your jab.
Keep jabbing, yep. That's for sure. He did it in the last round very well, Sam Peter. The overhand right gets there, and then the jab right following it. There's actually a pawing jab that set up that right hand before it. Now, Michael Ortega warning Peter that he'll take points away if he does this again, hitting behind the head. And McCline follows suit. But as we said before the fight, that's a trait of Peter. He did it a lot against Vladimir Klitschko.
Now we're starting to have some ebb and flow as Peter started to come back in that 5th round. It's round 6 scheduled for 12. Sometimes when you lose a mouthpiece, particularly more than once, it's only happened once, it is a sign of fatigue. And we'll see if that is the case.
Let me point out that in round 3, that could be a pivotal round in this match because McCline knocked him down right at the end of the round, but it really lost most of the rest of the round. I made it a 10-9 round for McCline, not a 10-8 round. We'll see how that plays out in the judges' scorecard.
And if you're looking for telltale signs, McCline's mouth is wide open, and that is often a sign of fatigue.
Now, a lot of times he fights that way, but sometimes it is fatigue.
We shall see.
Yeah. The jury is out on that one.
Right now it's conjecture, but it remains to be seen. Less than 2 minutes to go in the sixth, and Sam Peter continued to come back after being on the canvas 3 times in this fight. He's well behind. Look at this exchange.
Punches up. Step back. Let's go. Step back. Good job.
Both men have slowed their pace in terms of number of punches thrown, and you would expect that with heavyweight.
Is Peter looking for that one explosive punch?
That was a great left hook to the body, and Sam Peter in these middle rounds could do himself a great service by going to the body.
And there was that uppercut attempt as Peter was leaning in by McCline, but it grazed Sam's head.
They're right. He's completely forgotten to throw that punch. And when I talked about it before the fight, I said not often used uppercut. And that's his problem, Steve. He just doesn't throw that punch enough.
Well, Sam Peter has never been in this position before, having been on the canvas, so I'm sure he's just trying to regroup.
And these are close rounds here now, in the 5th and in this 6th round.
As Peter tries to battle back from a deep hole. What Peter could really use here, obviously, is a 2-point round. Try to put McCline down. McCline's been down 3 times in his career.
Interestingly, Chris Bird, one of the people that put him down, not thought of as a big knockout punch.
Fine able to keep that jab in Peter's face. There's a chin of Sam Peter. And then
on the break.
Nice straight right hand. Justin Ortega was trying to break him up. Good
Hurt him with that left hook right at the end, Steve.
Yes. Jameel McCline with a strong finish.
Come on, baby. Listen, man, you got this guy. Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together. Here, are you listening to? Put the arms down. Put the arms down. Relax. Deep breath. Come on. Reach from the back. That's it. Reach from the back. Very nice. You can't let him see this.
Jameel McCline does have his mouth open which could indicate some fatigue, although, as I point out, sometimes he fights that way a lot. So in his case, that may or may not be the case. But the fact that his punch output has gone down is maybe more evidence. But at the end of that round, McCline had a tremendous combination there. I think that left hook really hurt Sam Peter. And he tried to follow up on the inside just at the end of the bell.